Okay, well, let me then go ahead and kick off our day 5 of the Toilet Business Summit, our virtual edition this year in 2017. Day 5 is the day that we announce our 2018 Accelerator Cohort, and we have with us today the inspiring entrepreneurs and new businesses that are driving forward the sanitation economy with their businesses in the toilet economy, in the circular sanitation economy and the smart sanitation economy. And we're going to reveal them in just a few moments. But before we do, I also have with us our selection committee, the panel of our Toilet Board Coalition members and global sanitation community experts, as well as experts from the investment community in India that have helped us to make this selection, and they will provide their views. For those of you that are just joining us for the first time in our virtual Toilet Business Summit, we are the Toilet Board Coalition. We're a business-led public-private partnership accelerating the sanitation economy. We work with large businesses, small businesses, and the global sanitation community to drive new systems for the future of sanitation that serves all. And so now I think the time has come for us to reveal our 2018 Toilet Accelerator Cohort. Can we see the slide, please, Alex? And here they are. We have an all-star, all-India cohort, our first India edition of the 2018 Toilet Accelerator program for our 3rd year. Let me tell you who they are. We have Toilet Integration, which is a spin-off of Saraplast in Pune, India, and we'll hear from them in just a moment. But as you can see from their pink logo, something to do with feminine hygiene and sanitation. We have Biomass Controls with 4 locations around India, and they are an innovative waste management circular economy, circular sanitation economy solution. We have Garv Toilets, who is a smart sanitation solution out of Delhi, India. And we have a Blue Water company out of Mumbai with operations, again, circular sanitation, waste management in Bangalore and Leh. And we have Tiger Toilets, and you'll see by their logo a special surprise behind what Tiger Toilets innovation is for the sanitation economy, and we'll hear from the founder and entrepreneur behind it. Before that we hear from each of these businesses and exactly who they are and what they're doing in sanitation, how they're driving the sanitation economy, I wanted you to hear a little bit about our process of selection of the Toilet Accelerator. If you're an entrepreneur and you're interested in support for your business, this is the process that we've gone through. Claire Balbo from the Toilet Accelerator team, can I have you tell us a little bit about how we got to this selection for 2018?
Yes, absolutely. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone, and a warm welcome today to our speakers, and particularly to the 2018 cohort members that we're welcoming today. I'm Claire Balbo. I'm the Accelerator and Pipeline Manager at the Toilet Board. And I would just like to say a few words about our process that led us to this selection today. So this year we received over 60 applications through our process, and in addition to that, we also had around 80 applicants on the India edition, our specific India focus for this year, which we will hear about in a few minutes from our partner at Intellicap India. Basically, our criteria, the general criteria that we use at the Toilet Board, is looking at businesses that have an innovative business model. We're looking at solutions that serve our target population at the bottom of the pyramid, as well as looking at aspects of scalability and replicability of the business model. Our decision is basically taken from the board. We have a selection committee that has been reviewing our application shortlist, looking at it from a lens of the members' expertise, means making sure that the entrepreneurs' needs and goals are matched with members' expertise to support them throughout our 12-month mentorship program. Together, we then develop our project plans starting in January of every year. So this is how we get to where we are today, taking us all the way to November. And this year has been a particularly exciting process. We've had businesses from across the sanitation value chain. We're going to be looking at toilets serving as health centers. We have waste management solutions, circular economy, and smart technologies as well. So we're very excited, very happy to be starting to work together as of January. I also wanted to inform those of you who are watching us who would like to apply to our Toilet Accelerator. You can find all the information online on our website at toiletboard.org on the accelerator page, and there's a link there to apply. I also want to let all the other applicants know that we were very happy and excited to hear about your business, and we'd like to stay in touch with you. We are a growing network of entrepreneurs in sanitation, and so please stay in touch, and you may also want to reapply next year. So thank you, and back to you, Cheryl.
Thanks, Claire. So that's the process that we've gone through to come to this point, and we thank all of the applicants. If you haven't been selected this year, please continue to apply as we hope to grow our support to more businesses into the future. So let me now go to our partner in the selection process this year from Avishkar and Telecap. Avishkar and Telecap is, for those of you that don't know, one of the largest impact investors, started in India, but now globally as well, really building development entrepreneurship ecosystems around the world. They understand how to grow great businesses, and they've also had a look at the businesses that you're going to be introduced to today. Shruti, can I ask you to just tell us a little bit about what you saw in the sanitation market? Sanitation was a new market for Intellicap, Avishkar, to look at.
Definitely. Thank you, Cheryl, and thanks, Claire, for that wonderful run through the process. We have been a proud partner to Toilet Board Coalition on this journey, and honestly, it has been an equally learning experience for us as well. So when we started on this journey with TBC, we set ourselves to actually discover sanitation entrepreneurs in 3 specific areas: products and services, and circular economy, waste management models, and digital models. And we actually went on this journey. We didn't know what to expect on the way, and I remember once I had this discussion with Cheryl that would we even find these specific segmentations? Because the market that I have seen so far is mostly build a toilet and operationalize it, maybe. But well, wow, it has been a great experience, because the way we are seeing it now as a market, that it has definitely evolved, the sanitation market in India. It is no more just build a toilet and the innovation is within the material or the toilet per se, but it has evolved, it has expanded to have more layers to it, including related businesses like waste management of various kinds, as well as behavioral sciences. So it's not just technology, but behavioral science based models coming in, digital based models, technology coming in to amplify the sector. These were really pleasant surprises for us. However, in terms of screening these models, we had a very, very focused, a good focus on commercial viability and looking at scalability. So as a group, we focused on 6 parameters, including team profile of this business, operating model scalability, customer traction, USP of the product, market landscape. And while in the pipeline, we did see that still very, very impressive business models were fewer, but in terms of the total pipeline, it had swelled. What we did not find 3 years back is something that we had more applications. So we had around 90 plus applications this year. This is a certain indicator. It is also governed by the fact that there is a policy intent at the national level. It is also governed by the fact that in some states in India are doing better than others. We got applications more from Maharashtra and the southern states than the northern states. So these are some insights that we also received. I'll pause there.
Great. Great. Thank you. Thank you very much, Shruti. And, we were curious with Avishkar and Telecap taking a look at the sanitation sector as a new sector, what their view would be. And as Shruti said, we were very pleased not only with the number of applications and new businesses that are starting to enter the market, but also the promise for commercial viability. So thank you very much to Avishkar and Telecap. And as you saw up there, the SenCalp forum, which Avishkar and Telecap is famous for. Next, I want to go to the other members of our selection committee. As Claire described, I think unique to the toilet board, we really have large businesses looking at the applications because we're really looking to build a partnership model for the future for sanitation, where there's partnership opportunities between large businesses and small businesses. And for that, I'd like to go to Richard Wright from Unilever, who's on the line. And Richard runs Unilever's incubator program, the Unilever Transform program. And he and I had the pleasure of traveling to see some of these businesses together. And Richard, I just want to hear from you a little bit about what you were looking for when you looked at these businesses. And I think, Richard, you might be on mute. Alex, I don't know if you can help get Richard off mute.
So right, I'm on the phone and I'm on the computer.
Oh, perfect.
I'm not really sure.
Oh, perfect. Richard, we hear you. We hear you perfectly. We hear you well. So Richard, from a Unilever Transform perspective, can you tell us what you saw and what you were excited about in these businesses?
Yeah, great. Lovely to be able to speak today. So I, as Cheryl said, I work on Unilever's Transform program, and that's a partnership with the Department for International Development in the UK. And what we're really looking for is projects where we can support market-based solutions to meet low-income household needs. And obviously, water, sanitation, hygiene is right up there. And so from a purely selfish point of view, I was looking for kind of good project partners within the applicants. And I think the important thing for me is to have a look at the kind of the quality of the organization and whether they have a kind of record. We are going to work hopefully with the toilet integration centers, and that seems to be a good parent company and also very entrepreneurial. I liked in particular their model is the fact that they had these buses that they renovate, and it seemed a low capital investment. So there seemed to be some plausibility, and it was also targeted at women. And I think actually sanitation for women seems an important thing to tackle. But there's a surrounding ecosystem around it. So the fact that Pune is a smart city, the belief that we can actually kind of use Wi-Fi and digital investments to actually promote the business, and we can create kind of online and offline revenue streams through those buses. They'll be parked in places close to commercial sectors. So it seemed like there was a great opportunity for improving the business and to create revenue streams around offline, online kind of services. So in order to support the sanitation side of it as well. And importantly for us, I think, is the fact that actually we felt that Unilever could contribute to that business. So, and if that business was successful, it would actually feed back and benefit Unilever's market. So it would grow markets that we're interested in and we're interested in developing within India. So
the partnership model.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Fantastic.
Because our plan is not just it's not a CSR model. It's the fact that actually we're trying to grow sustainably. So so that's what really attracted us to that particular one.
Thanks,
and
Richard.
there were other good ideas, but actually that was the one that made us feel that we could collaborate most strongly.
Fantastic. Thanks, Richard. And so Richard is and the Unilever Transform program will be participating as mentors, as you heard, to toilet integration for all of the businesses in the Toilet Accelerator program. There is a large business that has also shown interest in mentoring them, and they will be revealed as we go along with the introductions to our new cohort. I'd like to next go to John Lane. John Lane is our vice chair of the Toilet Board Coalition, and John Lane, for those of you that are in the sanitation sector, you know John Lane because he's the former head of WaterAid, and he's the former head of the Water and Sanitation Collaborative Council, who created the Global Sanitation Fund, a person with a formidable experience in the sanitation sector. And John really helped us to take a look at these businesses, not only from that commercial perspective, as Richard and Shruti talked about, but also, can these businesses help us to solve the global sanitation crisis? And John, I'd like you to tell us a little bit about what you saw in these businesses and in our selection process.
Yeah, thanks, Cheryl, and greetings to everybody. I'm very excited about this cohort of companies that we're going to be working with in 2018. And my reasoning goes something like this, that there are 7.6 billion people in the world now. By 2030, which is our SDG target year, there are going to be 8.6 billion. And almost all of those extra billion people are going to live in urban areas in developing countries. So roughly speaking, we have to increase sanitation services to a total of about 1 billion urban dwellers by 2030. Yeah. Now, we can improve the ways that we're doing this work at the moment, but that's not going to be enough. What we really need is a very significant change in the types of organizations that are working in sanitation, and particularly bringing in private sector entrepreneurs, and specifically those that are working with circular economy concepts. And that's why I think this particular group looking at for the year ahead is extremely exciting. I'm not going to duplicate, because you're going to hear from them all in a moment anyway, so I shan't duplicate what they're all going to say, but just suffice it to say that I think these are some really interesting people. I think we can work together with them, and indeed with many others. It was extremely difficult to end up with this final selection because we had a lot of really great people applying. So I think it's going to be a really good group of people. I also particularly value this very, very strong India connection that we've been building up from the Toilet Board Coalition. Our work is global as an organization, but we fully recognize that out of those 3 billion that I mentioned, about a quarter are in India. And therefore, to support and work with Indian organizations is going to be a major part of our work for years to come. So welcome to them, and we're looking forward very much to working with them. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thanks, John. So let us now hear from the cohort themselves about, first of all, who you are and what your business is. We hope that we're raising much awareness about the business opportunities in sanitation. Please tell us your part of the market, and then tell us a little bit about what you're hoping to achieve in the Toilet Accelerator program. Maybe Walter Gibson from Tiger Toilets. Can we first hear from you as the founder of Tiger Toilets, and tell us about the Tiger.
Thanks, Cheryl. Thanks, everybody. Hello. Yes, I'm Walter Gibson. I'm representing the Tiger Toilet venture. I'm a co-founder of that. My other partners are in the venture are Ajit Oak from PrimeMove, Shashi Bhulaswar from the Institute of Transformative Technologies. So who we are, we're a young enterprise. We've been trading for maybe 2-3 years. We're at a very early stage in our development. Our product that we offer is the Tiger Toilet, which is a complete package of toilet superstructure and a digester, which is based on vermifiltration, which processes all the waste from that toilet safely and affordably and effectively. And completely. It's a good solution that's been proven in the field. We get very good performance from it. And the main thing is that people really like it. And the reason they like it is because it doesn't smell, because the waste is being processed so quickly and efficiently. It's a household system. It's aimed at families who are getting a toilet for the first time in India. We've mainly been working in rural areas, and we've been working very closely under the Swachh Bharat mission with the government of India to provide these systems. The retail price is around the price of a twin pit latrine, so we're quite competitive in terms of price, but we offer a lot more in terms of performance. We've still got a massive amount to learn as a business. We've got a lot to learn about the business model. We've got to keep improving the product, make it better and better, and more suitable for scale.
Oh, I think we have a little pause for Walter there. Maybe I can fill in for a moment while he comes back. But very excited about Tiger Toilets, a rural solution, which actually is something that we haven't seen as much of in terms of business solutions for rural populations. And so Tiger Toilets is one of those new business models using quite an innovative approach with tiger worms, as we just heard. And Lixil Corporation, who is our toilet board member, will be mentoring Tiger Toilets along with some of our other partners, with Lixil in the lead role. Thank you, Walter. Maybe now we can go next to Mayank from Garv in Delhi, and Garv is one of the first smart sanitation businesses that we're going to be working with, which we're very excited about. Garv, can you tell us about your innovative toilet solution?
Well, thank you, Cheryl, for having us as a part of the cohort, and thanks to the TBC selection committee for selecting us. And I believe that since we started about 2 years back, when we floated the idea of integrating smart technologies and IoT sensors and RFID sensors with the toilets, we actually literally had a few people very skeptical of that. But now, as we see the ecosystem maturing here, so we see that people and mentors and sector experts are now talking about integrating blockchain as well as AI towards this. So yeah, initially we started as an end-to-end sanitation solutions provider. We have our presence in India and Bhutan as well, and we primarily work in the urban and peri-urban areas, and now we have also expanded to West African region. We are forging PPP partnerships with the governments there in Ghana and Nigeria. So we are pretty happy that as we scale up, we have the platform of TBC and the sector experts that can be directly accessed to. Yeah, thank you.
Great. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mayank and Garv Toilets. Going from the toilet economy now to the circular sanitation economy. The smart sanitation economy we just come from, to the circular sanitation economy. I'd like to go to Manas Rath from Blue Water Company. Blue Water Company is a circular sanitation economy business, a waste management business, and you have operations now in Bangalore and Leh. And I had some time to spend with Manas last month, and he told me about his most recent sale in the city of Leh, where they were able to scale up their operation in 3 months' time and really provide services to people that haven't had them. So Manas, please tell us about your business.
Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Cheryl, Claire, Alex, the team at TBC and the committee. We're very, very happy to be here and to work with you both on the accelerator and other projects going forward. We're a very young company, set up only earlier this year, but we're born out of over 20 years of experience in the wastewater treatment and management side and fecal sludge management. So the founding organizations, in a sense, who I worked with and who continue to support us are very well-known organizations like BORDA and CDD Society, which operate in the non-profit domain, and we really refined technologies and looked at Blue Water Company as a vehicle for forging new partnerships, creating new kind of business models and contracts with government and private customers, and creating a stronger services model around the technology that we have. So really, we come in, we try and do everything after the toilet. So looking at wastewater reuse, which I believe can be will be a significant part of the solution to the water stress that Indian cities face today, and which will become more severe in coming years. We work with governments on fecal sludge management, running the entire system from scheduling to building a treatment plant, operating the suction trucks, and preventing environmental pollution, and also integrating the informal workers and manual scavengers who work in that sector. And I think really we've got three goals that we have. In the short term, we want to work with private customers on their wastewater treatment solutions and wastewater reuse using technology that are far less expensive to operate and consume almost zero electricity. So green technologies for wastewater. In the medium term, we would like to work with cities on the fecal sludge management end-to-end contracts. We did our first PPP in Leh earlier this summer, and we'll have a few more rolling out next year. So when I say midterm, the next 2 to 4 years, we expect a lot more of that to happen. And I think 5-10 years out, I think the wastewater reuse and treated water markets is really what we're looking at. In a sense, what we do now will become the supply for creating that demand and making wastewater reuse far more effective and efficient. It's great to be here. I think a lot of what we do, it's interface between infrastructure, government, finance, a lot of operations management, and of course, technology development. And it's good to work with a range of partners who do everything from toilets to technology and so on, to see how we can integrate that over time into our processes. And I think the support of big companies, people like you, will give us a more global perspective on how to improve service levels and just make sure that water and wastewater should not be a problem in India 10 years from now.
Thank you, Manas and Blue Water Company. We're looking forward to working with you over this next year. I'd like to stick with the circular sanitation economy and go to Jeff Hallowell, the founder of Biomass Controls, with operating in 4 locations, or 3 locations and scaling up to 4. Jeff, I think you were saying this year. Can you tell us about Biomass Controls and your innovation for the circular sanitation economy?
Sure. Thank you, Cheryl. And thank you to the selection committee as well. We have a thermal process. Our goal is to be energy positive and carbon negative. We're operating, again, as you mentioned, in 4 locations right now. We're in Y, we're in Warangal, we're Nasapur, and Bangalore this year. Our goal is to basically use thermal process to treat the resources, to do resource recovery, to use the thermal energy to pasteurize the water, and to use to basically preserve the carbon in the system to make biochar, which we use for odor filtration and also as a soil amendment. So our goal, working with the Toilet Board Coalition and our mentors, is to basically start to bridge the gap into the smart sanitation economy, is to really take information from our system and figure out how can we develop key performance indicators that can help the operator and the municipality run it more efficiently, and to really help us scale and really start to nail down the costs associated with the model, so that we can provide a really good economic model for municipalities as well. Thank you.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you, Jeff, and thank you to Biomass Controls. And we're looking forward to working with you this year with some of our waste management members who are very excited about your new technology and monitoring system. I like this way you described it, a crossover of the circular sanitation economy and the smart sanitation economy. Is very exciting. And finally, last but certainly not least, I'd like to go to Saraplash, to the T integration, which is part of Saraplast. People here in India know very well as 3S Toilets, a very successful already business in sanitation. And now you're branching out your model into a special feature, and a special feature for a very important vertical. Can you tell us about it, Nisha Davar?
Hello, everybody. My name is Nisha. I work as a technology manager with Saraplast, which is a portable sanitation company and provides end-to-end sanitation solutions. So Saraplast, in collaboration with the PMC, has come up with the concept of T, which are basically old scrap buses that have been refurbished into luxury portable toilets for women. And so we're very excited to be a part of the cohort and learn from others and collaborate. And we want to launch it in such a way that it is self-sustainable for all stakeholders involved. and change the perception towards public toilets, and one day have an unmanned toilet facility. And hopefully it can not only just be a hub for sanitation services, but also a medium to collect health data.
Okay, another crossover from the toilet economy to the smart sanitation economy. And I think, as was said earlier by our selection committee, that's part of the idea of the Toilet Accelerator Cohort, is to cross-fertilize the ecosystem that we need to grow all of these businesses to serve more people with smart, sustainable, and resilient sanitation for all. And so now I'd like to maybe just take a moment to share with you some of the work that we have been doing at the Toilet Board Coalition, and that we've launched this week at World Toilet Week, because it might kick off a dialogue with our panelists. Alex, can I ask you to go to the publications that we've launched this week? And so we've launched our new framing of the business opportunity in sanitation as the sanitation economy. And as we've been saying, the sanitation economy comprises of the toilet economy, the circular sanitation economy, and the smart sanitation economy. And we have priced this quite conservatively. In fact, here in India, with our report there on the right-hand side, the sanitation economy in India, to take a look at, what would this market potentially be worth? What is the potential? And we found that in India alone, by conservative estimates, based on data currently available, those three economies are already worth 32 billion, excuse me, US dollars, and expecting to double to 2021 to $62 billion. And this is just with the data that we have available today, not yet fully utilizing all of the toilet resources that are available and could go back into the system, not fully realizing all of the innovations that you've just heard from and more across the toilet economy, and not yet even scratching the surface on the smart sanitation economy. So already a big opportunity, and the Toilet Board, we're looking to accelerate those opportunities through the market with the businesses that you've just heard from, our new 2018 Toilet Accelerator Cohort, as well as our large businesses that are members of the Toilet Board Coalition. The sanitation economy is really an invitation to more businesses to join us as we build out that ecosystem. There's a lot of opportunity for other sectors in water, in organic compost, in proteins, food and agriculture, and of course the preventative health, consumer health space that is moving very quickly with new data and technologies. These are all big opportunities for the future. The report in the middle that we just previewed yesterday, and the whole suite is officially launching on World Toilet Day on Sunday. The circular sanitation economy is a piece of work that has benefited from the cohort of this year, our 2017 Toilet Accelerator Cohort, and the businesses that were operating in this circular sanitation economy. We had the opportunity to work with them to better define where the inflection points are for decision making that can help us to overcome barriers to scale. Things like legislation and standards, things like moving from a community-based level to a facility and plantation level, and eventually to a city level. In this report, we really see a new grid of opportunity, and that, as you heard today from the cohort, there's a lot of crossover between these business models, and we believe that sweet spot lies in those crossover points, and we believe that there's an opportunity for a new grid where many different business models need to work to support that new grid and work together, from existing incumbent large operators to small and innovative decentralized solutions that can operate at low cost. And so we're very excited about the prospects going forward for the sanitation economy, and very excited about this new cohort. Maybe before we close, I think we just have a few about 15 minutes left on the webinar. Maybe we can do a round and just hear again from each of our panelists here on their hopes for the future. Maybe we can start with Manas. What your hopes for the and vision for the sanitation economy in the future? How can we help?
Well, I think people worry about the Earth's population reaching 9 billion. How are we going to feed them? How are we going to keep the environment clean? I think we've got great technologies out there. Technologies will keep improving, innovation will keep happening. But I really think we've got the tools today with us, and even business models today. And we just need to go out and implement and execute. In India, we see this vicious cycle of building infrastructure, neglecting it, and then rebuilding every 10 years, every 5 years. And then we complain we aren't moving forward. So I hope really that we focus more on operations and maintenance, making stuff work, solving problems, and moving forward. And I really think today we've got the technology, we've got the networks, and I think we've got the financing out there as well to really solve these problems. So our goal would be, 10 years from now, you should not see dirty water on the streets of our cities. It should not be a problem that pollutes our drinking water supplies. And by reusing treated water, we should be able to ensure that every city in India, more or less does not have any water stress. And I think it's great to work with the organizations here and to help each other into the knowledge and technology and partnerships to work on on community engagement as well as the regulations and their enforcement, which will make this happen. I think it's very doable. It just needs to be done.
Thank you, Manas. Next, going to Jeff. Jeff from Biomass Controls. What will be your vision for the sanitation economy?
Well, our vision is it's going to be data driven. So we really need some more partners in that area. We have some great partners right now in Thai Technocrats, TriHI, and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, but we're really looking for more that really have a vision for what they're looking for and to derive those requirements for that data driven circular economy that we can start to bridge over into the other one, as we mentioned before. So I think relationships, partnerships would be really key for us.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Walter, going next to you at Target Toilets. Your vision for the sanitation economy.
I hope you can hear me this time.
Yes, absolutely.
Sorry you lost me last time. We're really excited to be part of this cohort. Very, very grateful to be part of it. I think the support we're going to get is going to help us learn how to scale much more quickly. And that's, I think, what I want to try and do really is to try and make a real dent in the sanitation figures, in a way that gives people dignified and decent sanitation, and do that as quickly as possible, because in India alone, the numbers are just huge still. And we know there are better solutions that we can offer. And it's really, I'd just like to show that we can get them out there as quickly as we can.
Great.
Yeah, that's it.
Demonstrate. Great. Thank you. Mayank, what's your vision for the sanitation economy?
I think our focus really is on the fact that the smart technologies are accepted by the whole ecosystem and all the stakeholders. Our focus really has been, towards challenging the legacies as such. And that's where we want to go ahead. And so we know that there are some great companies who would be there as mentors for us in the smart technology space as well. And the data that can be fetched from the toilets, it's worth gold, actually. So, yeah.
The fortune in our toilets. I think we just lost Mayank for a second, but thank you, Mayank. I think that was a good note to end on. The toilets are gold, and what's in our toilets is gold. And next, going to Nisha from Toilet. Oh, that might have been me that popped off there. Alex, am I back? Yeah, okay, good. I'm signaling that I'm back. I'm not sure if Nisha, I was introducing you, I think when I might have dropped off. So Nisha from Toilet Integration, what would be your vision for the sanitation economy?
Sure. So our vision would be to integrate new innovations and technologies to automate processes and reach a larger population.
Thank you. And next, can we go to our selection committee, Shruti from Avishkar and Telecap, Sankalp. what is your vision, having a sneak peek into the sanitation economy this year in the selection committee? What is your vision for the sanitation economy in the future? And Shruti, I think you're on mute at the moment, so we might have to take you off mute. I don't know if Alex, you can help with that behind the scenes. Oh, okay, but we will, oh, there we go. Shruti, can you hear us? I think Shruti's still on mute, so perhaps we'll go to John Lane. John, I think you're off mute. Let me see. Yep. Okay, good. John, your vision for the sanitation economy in the future.
Yeah, thanks, Cheryl. My hope for the future is that we as sanitation professionals can help political leaders all around the world to see and use sanitation as a tool for progress rather than as being yet another problem. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. And do we have Shruti? Is she off mute now? Nope, not quite. Okay, Richard, going to you. Richard Wright from Unilever. What is your vision for the sanitation economy in the future? Oh, Richard?
All right. Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, good. There
I'm
you are.
coming to you through the phone, but not the computer. Yeah,
Okay.
I think there's a supply and demand. Okay, so I would like people to want a toilet more than they want a mobile phone. So I think there's a kind of fusion of mobile phones is actually turning sanitation from a need into a want. So to create the demand in the marketplace, and then hopefully the actual supply, it becomes a very competitive marketplace where it's kind of high quality sanitation. So I think actually working on the demand and the supply side, so that we're in a very different place.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I think we've heard from all of our panelists, and maybe one more go for Shruti. Shruti, can we hear you now as the last word? No. Okay. So maybe then.
Hi, Cheryl.
Oh, there you are. Wonderful. Shruti, what is your vision for the sanitation economy in the future? That's
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, our vision of being on the sanitation economy is to have one unicorn at least coming out of this space in the next 10 years. I mean, it has to be, the business case is there, the market is there, the intent is there. We have such amazing models coming out. What we want to see is scale and sustainability, and hence the kind of business viability to show. So I think the vision is to have the next unicorn come up from the sanitation economy.
Thank you, Shruti. So, Toilet Accelerator Cohort 2018, you heard it. One of you is going to become, or many of you, or all of you, even better, the next unicorn coming out of the sanitation sector. And I think that's a perfect point to close on our roundtable introducing the 2018 Toilet Accelerator Cohort. Some very inspiring businesses that we have a lot of great expectations for over the next year. And maybe just in case you missed it, again, this week, World Toilet Week, we've been running a series of virtual panels for our virtual Toilet Business Summit. And in case you missed them, they are live. They have been live streamed. This one is being live streamed. You can watch it again on YouTube. Tell your friends and colleagues. These are sort of the next economy, the sanitation economy businesses. They're not going to want to miss it. So let them know, check it out on our website, on YouTube. And finally, World Toilet Day. This is what we're celebrating this week, celebrating all of the businesses that are building this market now and building it for the future. And we are taking over our website, Toilet Takeover. And as part of our virtual summit, we wanted the world to hear from sanitation businesses from around the world, how they are delivering sanitation through the market. We asked them to give us their vision, just as we asked you on the sanitation economy for the future, their vision of the sanitation economy for the future, what we as businesses can do more of, how we can can work together more to accelerate this economy together. So if you haven't already, please upload your video to our website. The instructions are there, and in the newsletters that we've been sending around this week in conjunction with our Toilet Business Summit, our virtual Toilet Business Summit 2017. Thank you to our panelists. Thank you and congratulations to our new cohort and our colleagues, our dream team at the Toilet Board Coalition. Thank you, and we expect to see you on the Toilet Takeover this weekend. Bye-bye.
And Cheryl, just on that note, we invite everyone to the 9th Sankalp Global Summit on 7th and 8th December, and Cheryl and team would be there. Please join us, and we are really excited to host you all there.
Thank you. Thank you very much.